Welcome to Climate Catalysts. I'm Chloe, and in this series, I ask leaders in the climate space 3 questions with an aim of providing you insight about what has driven these people's successes. Together, we also learn from these industry leaders how us young people can be proactive and make an impact as the climate continues to change. During my time with Lisa, the Managing Director of Momentum Energy, I was really sure as well to make sure to ask her a few questions, a bit more on the personal side about her journey to now becoming a leader in the renewable energy space. I asked her about her journey, what an amazing one that was, from the call centers to now where she is now, just amazing. And as well as that, also really great for her to actually provide some advice for us. So I hope you enjoy this episode. Hi, Lisa. Thank you so much for joining me today on Climate Catalysts. My first question is, as the Managing Director of Momentum Energy, could you maybe share some highlights from your personal journey and career that have led you to this pretty cool leadership role?
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, Chloe, and happy to. So I'll give you just a few examples, I guess, of some things that have happened through my journey so far. So one of the pivotal moments for me, I guess, was taking a role in a contact centre when I was 19. So I was in my first year of uni. Um, and I expected that to be a summer job, just to make a little bit more money than the retail job that I'd had before that. And then I'd go back to a similar role. But I actually loved it. And I ended up working there. It was at one of the banks all through uni, and learning a whole range of skills at the same time as studying. So I think that was quite pivotal for me, and really opened my eyes to a range of different jobs that I could consider once I graduated that I don't think I would have otherwise. Um, Having adventures, like just having fun and grabbing opportunities and trying different things. I had a great job at one of the energy companies that I loved and had been there for a few years. And then I gave notice, and my boyfriend at the time, who's now my husband, we bought a one-way ticket to Europe. We went over there for 2 years and we ended up staying for 7, and
Oh,
doing all sorts of really fun things there. We got married, we bought a dog, we had a baby, all sorts of things, as well as, really doing some really interesting work that really progressed my career as well. Um, and then I guess maybe one other pivotal moment, being in the executive team of a smaller energy retailer when I was in the UK towards the end, that our parent company ended up selling, and it was just before the pandemic. So we ended up closing that business during COVID times, which was quite challenging. But I think that was an incredible experience for me. As sad as it was, you just learn so much in those sorts of moments. So even though it felt like, maybe not the best moment in my career, actually, I look back on it and think it was one of my best. So yeah, I think just, no, just being prepared for whatever adventures come your way has
yeah.
certainly held me in good stead.
What's a varied experience is amazing. For my second question, I was hoping to ask you maybe how has your vision or your leadership style influenced Momentum Energy's approach to renewable energy and its position in the market? I know this real push for renewable energy is really changing up the energy markets.
Oh, it definitely is. So Momentum Energy, so we're a mainland retailer, but we're part of Hydro Tasmania. Hydro Tasmania is the largest generator of renewable energy in this country, and has been doing that for more than 100 years, something we're really proud of. And our vision as part of that group, as part of Hydro Tasmania, is to enable a sustainable energy future for all, or for everyone. And for us specifically at Momentum, we're trying really hard, or working really hard, to be the trusted green partner for our customers and communities. We really, and I feel really strongly about that. And having, started in the role as managing director about 20 months ago, something like that, start of last year. That's been really a top priority for me, to make sure that we're embedding that across the business and across the organisation. Really leveraging being part of Hydro Tas, which does mean we might be a bit niche. Maybe not everybody is as passionate about that future as we are, and that's okay. We really want to be there for the customers and communities that want that support and are interested.
No, definitely. That's really interesting. And yeah, lastly, I wanted to ask you, as a leader in the renewable energy space, do you perhaps have any advice for a young person who's really thinking, hey, I want to go into the workforce and I want to have purpose and I want to really see how I can accelerate this transition to renewables? What do you have to say to them?
Yeah. I mean, a couple of things. The first thing I think, particularly if you're wanting to get involved in renewable energy or sustainability or just the energy industry in general, um, we need everyone. Right? We need all sorts of people. We need diversity of thinking, interests, and approach. I think in this industry, we talk a lot about sort of STEM and needing people who are really into science, technology, engineering, and maths. That is super important. But I didn't really do any of those things. I studied an arts degree and a law degree. I always thought I'd be a journalist or a lawyer. I ended up being neither. Um, but I think, having that diversity in background and interest and passion and approach is actually really important. So I'd encourage anybody, it doesn't matter if you're majoring in literature, I did literature in year 12 and history and English and all these subjects that you probably wouldn't think that would lead me to an energy company. But it really has. So I'd encourage everybody to really get involved. And then I think, coming back to what I sort of said in one of the earlier questions, I think just have confidence that even when things go wrong, even if there's something you feel like was a failure or a mistake or you've taken a wrong turn, it's all going to lead you somewhere new. And if you have that sort of growth mindset and think about the learnings that you can take from it or the experiences that you wouldn't have got otherwise, then it will just help you on your journey.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for that great advice there, Lisa. And yeah, thank you for talking with me today.
No problem, Chloe. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to Dynamic Climate Now to stay informed and inspired by the dynamic intersection of climate change and business innovation.